Oh, goodness me. Lord of the Rings of Power. Just can't catch a break. Not that it deserves one. Not that it deserves one. But it still can't catch a break. There's a new rumour circulating that they're going to completely reboot Season 2. Now, I don't see this coming true at all. Just because they've sank way too much money in it. However, because these are rumours and they sort of come from people and it's like Chinese whispers. Don't know if that's PC anymore, but whatever. Because it's like Chinese whispers, maybe the concept of a reboot isn't in the concept that we understand it to be. And the thought of them rebooting Season 2 isn't, again, just a complete rework. But maybe it's that they're going to use Season 2 and a time jump to just forget Season 1 and continue as if it didn't happen. Now that I could buy. But let's dive into this. Utter joke. Before we do, please do hit subscribe. Please do give the video a like. And returning subscribers, new subscribers, whatever, please do check out my second channel in the description box. It's going really well. I'm live streaming again every Tuesday and Thursday. And they all get put on clips and stuff like that on a second channel called Mr. H Reviews Live Archives. It's going really well. Like, I'm really, really proud of it, to be honest. And I'm humbled by people checking it out and sort of continuing along similar discussions, but with other people and enjoying it. So in the description box, please do check that out. But hey, look, new rumour claims Prime Video to completely reboot The Lord of the Rings of Power, after very clearly the creatively bankrupt first season. Now, I can't, as I said, buy that they're going to do that, just because it's too much of an admission. I think it's too much of an admission of them, a failure, basically. And they've been pretty adamant that they haven't failed. So I can't see them doing this, but like I said, I can see them using Season 2 as an opportunity to just sort of forget that Season 1 happened. You know, all convenient like. So let's check this out. And by the way, this comes from good sources. This isn't like terrible. I just think maybe miscommunications happened, you know. A new rumour claims that Prime Video will be completely rebooting The Lord of the Rings of Power following the creatively bankrupt first season, which chose to throw out Tolkien and replace it with intersectional feminism, which it did. So the new rumour comes from Nerd Rossic and Chris Gore. So he said, "We've heard the rumours from my man Chris Gore that the showrunners might end up being Fall Guys, and we might have to wait till after award season to see if that actually happens." Because this is the thing, is that they're going to wait until after the awards happen, award season, so they can still get their Emmys or try and get their Emmys and things like that. Which is just pathetic. Like, well, I was going to say who's awarding this show, but they probably will, because fucking idiots, I guess. Anyway, he continued and says, "I also heard that they're going to go for a full-on reboot with this series and try to pretend that the last 2 months didn't happen. Roll out the publicity, maybe roll out some more influencers, and try to get people to binge the Rings of Power. Good luck." And this is the thing. This statement here, you know, just pretend that the last 2 months didn't happen. I can't see them actually fully rebooting it, like telling the same story. I can actually see them continuing the same story, but from a perspective of, well, you know, we just forget those story threads. We're going to continue as if it didn't really happen, but the story's still there, and we're going to glaze over the things that you didn't like. You know, a soft reboot. That I can believe. I can't believe that they're going to just completely do it. Now it says further and says, "And to add to that, what if I told you that Rings of Power did not start this way? It was never meant to be a woke intersectional disaster. It didn't have not Gandalf, it didn't have repurposed hobbits, it didn't have Halbrand as Sauron, and it didn't have Warrior Galadriel. What if I told you that this show was usurped by people like Lindsay Weber and Jennifer Salk? And what if I told you that the fan attacks came from the top? More on that." And then he's, you know, teasing another video. Now, in terms of this, right, the not Gandalf situation, apparently that came quite late in the game because it's all to do with Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers has did have the right to a film version of Gandalf in some respects. And they couldn't use the term hobbits, and that's why they used Harfoots as well. The bloody rights for these things are always a mess. It's always just such a pig's ear. But this I can believe, you know, that it came quite late in the game. I can believe that. And I can believe that it came from other people as well, basically. So, bolstering the rumour, he heard that Prime Video will reboot the series moving forward. He speculated that the show will see a massive viewer fall-off in second season. I mean, this is not speculation. We've had the figures now from Nielsen, and week on, week out, season 1 lost viewers. Every single episode, there was a huge drop-off in viewership, right? Huge drop-off. So, people sticking around for second season is unlikely. The first episodes will have the most viewers, just like the season 1. But this is my prediction, the viewership will not be anywhere near the viewership of season 1 opening episodes. So it'll be more. Those 2 episodes, whatever they release of season 2, will be the most viewed. Mark my words, of course they will. But then people will realise it's still shit, and then they'll tune out. But the amount of people watching those first episodes will still be less. Massively, in fact. Now, yeah, I mean, there's not too much else really to add here, to be honest. I mean, it's an epic failure on multiple levels. Multiple levels. So Chris Gore said on Midnight Sage in the Morning, so friends of the channel, said, I heard from someone who has a connect to Amazon that, you know, if you want to know, that effectively they're going to be retooling, and that JD Payne and Patrick McKay are more than likely, they're not going to be publicly fired, but their role will be reduced. It makes perfect sense. Like, of course they will. Of course they will. Potentially just remaining in the writer's room, but my understanding is they're looking for more experienced showrunners. Well, again, I did a video on this. No shit. They said that they're well aware of the problems. There's sort of like publicly what they say and what they're actually doing behind the scenes. And what they're doing behind the scenes, they're freaking out. Because this was more than a failure than they could have ever anticipated. And this is where I did a video before where I said, you know, the fear of failure feeds the hunger for success. And I made that up on the spot. But it's true. They didn't think that they could fail with this. They thought it was a given. They thought that they would win. Doesn't matter. They could put any old shit out and it'd be fine. And so it is that fear of failing which drives success. It really does. So there you have it, ladies and gents. Rebooting completely, I don't believe it, but soft reboot, I can believe that. Let me know your thoughts down below. Check out the second channel, and I'll see you on the live stream later on tonight.